welcome back. I'm continuing work on this commission, and I'm going to be painting the orange trumpet vine in here now. So I'm using mixtures of cadmium orange plus alizarin crimson and cadmium orange, and then cadmium orange plus some cadmium yellow medium. I'll say it in a minute. I want a variety of colors within my oranges. In fact, I'm even using some of the red from my door, which is cadmium red deep plus a little bit of alizarin crimson, because I just want variety in the blossoms. Makes the painting more interesting to look at, and flowers in nature don't, the colors in their petals are not solid anyway. Even though the flower is pink, there's lots of different shades and just a whole different conglomeration of color in there. My sky is still a little bit wet, so it's real easy to paint over this. Some few little tendrils down. This just gives the feeling of this vine is just taking over. It's just wild and free. These tendrils are just blowing in the gentle breeze from the valley. This vine here it's on the other side of the building, so it's going around that side, and then it'll be draping over here and over the doorway. So we'll bring some of these blossoms now down here, where we're going to have the vine just drapes over the front of the building, over the door. These are catching the light. I have a few of these also catching some of the light up here. This painting is going to be framed in a traditional frame. It's not in my white signature frame. And so I'm painting this just on a regular standard canvas. Now, since I'm in a bigger area, I'm going to switch back to my larger brush. Kind of just mush these colors together. I'll pick up a couple of different colors on my brush, and that again gives some variation within the, see, I can pick up some of my lighter oranges and the other, and that just gives me some variation within the brush strokes. Darker colors in there, darker reds. I'm going to go back to the smaller brush. This is a square brush, but I can use the corner of it to really make some fine brush strokes. I really like these. This is called a bright brush, and I just find these are really nice to do flowers with. Once I discovered these brushes, I pretty well switched to them exclusively. I do use a few other brushes now and then. I use like a small round for details and some filberts now and then, but I really prefer the bright brush. These long tendrils just make it really interesting. Now I'll come back with some greens. These greens are mixes of Viridian green plus cadmium yellow medium. It just gives me a nice, rich green. I work around the orange. I do my flowers first because it's if I did the leaves first, when I painted the orange, then my brush would pick up some of that green when I was painting, and it would see how my brush has picked up some of the orange. And it doesn't matter if I get a little bit of orange into the green, that just mutes it, but I wouldn't want it to be the opposite and painting the orange over the green and picking up some of that and muting my flower color. I want my flowers to be nice and bright. So I paint my flowers first. I pretty much do that all the time. There are a few exceptions now and then, like daylilies or something where the flowers are up above the foliage. Then I might go ahead and do it the green first. I think salvia is another one. Purple salvia is another one that I'll sometimes paint the greens first and then come back. But you have to be very careful painting the flower color over the green, and you just have to constantly clean your brush so that you don't dirty the color of your flowers. I've made a mixture of phthalo blue plus white, but it's just a little bit dark. Let me add a little bit more white into that. This just gives me some nice cools in the foliage. And then for the darks, this is actually phthalo blue plus liquid. This gives me some darks within that foliage. My foliage over here is going to be a little bit darker because this is pretty much, these are in shadow along this edge. That corner of the brush just makes those nice little leaves. And so this is blocking in my flowers. Now I am going to come back now. I'm going to work on these so you can kind of see how I do the complete flowers, and then I'll paint that area later. But I'll come back now and I will start bringing a few flowers over that. Now see how that's picked up that green? So I have to come back and really clean my brush so I don't make my flowers dirty. But I do want to come back and define some of the sunlit flowers. So I come back in and I just gently lay the paint on top of the color, the greens underneath, so that I can get the flower shapes and the texture without digging into the paint and picking up that green and making my flowers all messy. Going to come some of my little darker orange. I don't mind if my flowers get a lot of texture. Actually, when the paintings are dry, I love, the paint being so thick that you can actually feel the texture of the flowers. Okay, now I'm going to take a mixture of my alizarin crimson plus liquid, and the liquid thins it out, makes it real pliable. And I'm get my maul stick. This is a hook that just hook over have a board on the top of my easel that I can just put that there. Now I'm making the centers in the flowers. This is that round brush that I was telling you about. It's a number 4 round. Like I say, I do use some other brushes now and then, and this is one of those. But I just do my centers in here, and a few little dark flower buds. Add these. Just gives a little definition within the flowers. Even though I'm painting impressionistically, I do like the flowers to have a little more definition. I think one of the greatest compliments I ever received was a collector who purchased one of my paintings, and she was a commercial flower grower. And she said, "I love your paintings because I can tell what the flowers are." Well, I just felt that was really a real big compliment. Now I'm going to take a little lighter mixture of my green. Again, that's Viridian Green plus Cadmium Yellow Medium. This has some white in it. And I'm going to make my tendrils coming down. These kind of curve and just, again, add a little interest. One here. These just kind of add some fun, little movement within the painting. Feels like that the wind is just blowing these. Come down, I can bring some down through that wet paint. Then we come down here on this side. Just a little bit lighter here. And there we go. There's our trumpet vine. I will finish out this other one. But thank you again for watching my YouTube videos, and please subscribe to my channel. Also visit my blog. The link is in the description below, and the address is on the final frame of the video. And I show the complete step-by-step process of this piece as well as others that I do. You can also subscribe to that, and you'll get an email every time I put up a new post. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and happy painting.